If you're one of those men who's telling women, your body, my choice, I need you to know that you are quoting a man who thinks that having sex with women is gay.
Ooh, yes, let's talk about this. My name's Amanda, and I'm a public historian who talks about queer history on the internet. The person that Dr. C referenced in his video is 26-year-old Nick Fuentes, and if you don't know who that is, you are blessed. He is a white supremacist, a Christian nationalist, a raging misogynist, homophobe, and transphobe, and king of the incels. He is the one who racked up 92 million views on Musk's propaganda platform by saying, "Your body, my choice, forever." And yes, he thinks that sleeping with women is gay.
If we're really being honest, never having a girlfriend, never having sex with a woman, really makes you more heterosexual.
So how did incels get so far around the bend that they believe sleeping with women is gay? Well, when people like Fuentes say gay, they mean it in a sort of 1980s insult way. They don't mean that sleeping with women makes you want to sleep with men. They mean that it makes you effeminate, soft, tender, emotional, all of the things that they associate with women and gay men, and therefore devalue. These are men who worship at the altar of hypermasculinity, a personality that's defined by its callous sex attitudes towards women, the belief that violence is manly, and the belief that danger is exciting. People with this type of personality further believe that men of character are stoic in the face of everything, remaining composed and impassive at times when women or children would be prone to panicking or crying. You know, like pepper spraying a woman for ringing your doorbell and then kicking her phone while you scramble to lock your door. Very stoic, very composed. The modern hypermasculine ideal is a horrible mix of imperialism, patriarchy, and homophobia, flavored with a complete misunderstanding of ancient Greek sexuality. But the particular version that Fuentes and other far-right incels embrace has its roots in World War II. Nick Fuentes often compares himself favorably to the Mustache Man, but in truth, he's better aligned with one of the Mustache Man's close friends, a gay German military officer named Ernst Röhm, who envisioned an elite, male-led society based in a hypermasculine warrior ideal. In fact, Röhm argued that sex between men was an essential part of martial masculinity, specifically the style of pederasty practiced in ancient Greece. That last part hasn't made its way through the American manosphere yet, although there are hints, as with this tweet from former Navy SEAL turned right-wing shill Robert J. O'Neill, who suggests that these young men should be his concubines. And before anyone gets up in my comments, I am not suggesting that Nick Fuentes is queer. He has said that he's straight, and frankly, that's all I care to know about his innermost desires. But his ideology is rooted in a definition of masculinity that allowed Röhm and other gay German military officers to reconcile being homosexual with being Nazis. Röhm believed that militarized masculinity was the pinnacle of manhood, and he praised virtues like courage, honor, comradeship, and disciplined obedience, though only when people were being obedient to him. In his own journals, he admits that he was a terrible subordinate. Röhm also believed that the absence of women reinforced masculinity, and he wasn't alone in that. One of the Third Reich's primary complaints about the Weimar Republic was that it prioritized feminine virtues over masculine strengths. When the Mustache Man called Röhm back to Germany in 1930, he put him in charge of the SA, also known as brown shirts or stormtroopers, and Röhm built it into a force of 170,000 street brawlers. Mostly working-class men who rejected capitalism and thought that violence was the only way to force a radical social transformation in Germany. Yes, the SA were among the first tankies. Röhm's troops were dedicated to his ideal of martial masculinity, and many of them were sleeping together or forcing their subordinates to become their lovers. The SA was effective as a brute squad, so Ernst Röhm had the Mustache Man's trust and protection right up until he didn't. Röhm's increasingly radical anti-capitalist rhetoric was ringing alarm bells with the Mustache Man's industrial allies, especially given the size and strength of the SA. And Röhm's open sexuality made people start to wonder whether the Mustache Man himself was gay. The entire leadership of the SA, including Ernst Röhm, was purged on the Night of Long Knives, June 30th, 1934. Mustache Man personally arrested his friend Röhm and had him imprisoned. On July 1st, he ordered that Röhm be given the option to end his own life. He declined, saying, "If I am to be killed, let Adolf do it himself." 2 SS officers did it instead. Turns out leopards eating your face also has a long historical tradition. That's it for today. As always, more information, including sources and further reading, is available in the